So,
Hello.
welcome to our Monday Live series. Today, teens are just not living mindfully, and that's a great topic to talk about because we're talking about navigating your decisions with mindfulness.
But what even is mindfulness?
Mindfulness is paying attention to what is going on right now and how one feels in this moment, intentionally and externally. Without judgment, mindfulness trains us to be calm and present in the moment. It will help us to bring our nervous system back into balance and decrease stress. Mindfulness helps us be the absolute best version of ourselves. We need to live our lives with mindfulness and make our decisions with mindfulness. That's why it's navigating your decisions with mindfulness. Because without mindfulness, teens aren't going to be able to make the decisions that are important for our health.
But today we are running from one class or an activity to one other and not giving any thought to what we're actually doing. These teenage years are training us for real adult life. The older we get, the more independent we should become. We need to be in charge. No one should be telling us what to do. Our choices can either help us or hurt us. We need to navigate those choices with mindfulness. Yeah.
Let's be honest, as a teenager, our decision making skills are still a work in progress. Our hormones, our emotions, and the rational part of our brain are still developing and pruning connections. Until we turn 25, research suggests that teens may be more likely to take risks during this pruning phase and are more likely to engage in high risk behavior. And we may misinterpret social cues.
Listen to your body and connect with our emotions. Because as a teenager, our environment or relationships and our emotions can drive our decisions. To make a well thought out decision, listen to your body. Being mindful of our emotions and feelings is especially important to making great decisions.
When a feeling we have gets triggered, there is a rush of biochemicals that go into our bloodstream, activating the bodily sections. When you feel the emotion in your body, like a tension in the chest or feeling in the stomach, ask for a minute to process that emotion. Step away and do some box breathe and regulate yourself. Once you have an awareness of our feelings, we can make we can make use of them to make mindful, non-reactive decisions, express ourselves, connect, and grow. Live the life you love.
Remember, there is no right track that you need to create your own track. You will make mistakes, do what calls your soul. Figure yourself out and go to be that person you are worthy if you do. Not become a doctor, an engineer, or a lawyer. The world needs artists, chefs, priests, rabbis, imams, and business people.
And especially from us coming from a Desi Brown family, I mean, not family, but like environment, a lot of like, especially my friends who are also like in this Asian household are always like, oh yeah, my parents, they're like telling me that either I'm a doctor, a lawyer, an engineer, or a failure. So it's like kind of a sad environment that a lot of kids are living in right now. So,
Yeah, be the person that you want to be.
mhm.
Success is different for everyone. Life is a wide open landscape. Figure out who you are, what you're good at, and what you want, what you love. Go be that person. You have permission to craft the life you want. You can live the life you love. You just need to be mindful about who you are. What do you like? What do you love? Ask yourself where would you work that would make you thrive? Letting go of perfection and stop living the life that others want you to live. Stop pleasing others. They have no idea who you are.
That is true.
Okay, yes. So if you guys have any questions, make sure to put down the questions. We'll love to answer them.
Yeah, and especially because if you don't know, navigate your decisions with mindfulness is actually the last letter of the revolution. So we're going to be leading away from the teen health revolution, like Monday Lives, like when it comes to the letters and stuff. So yeah, any questions, put them in. We are more than happy to answer them. Please, it's kind of a Q&A with just us like talking. So if you have any questions, put them in.
become more independent. Like when you are a teen working towards becoming a successful adult, you will become more independent, more in charge of your body, bills, and belongings. Slowly learn everything. When we get out, when we like if you get when you get out of high school, we should have all the skills we need to survive. As we get older, we need to become more independent.
Yeah, like I mean, a lot of kids in my class, they're like 15 and they don't even know how to like cook eggs or something. Like no one knows. A lot of kids these days and teens don't know how to cook or provide for themselves in a way that they're going to have to in the future. So really start training yourself in these times is super important. For those parents, start training your teens and kids very early so you can then develop a make it a lot easier for teens in the future.
Yeah, because if you don't, then there's gonna be at like 20 something years old and not knowing what to do.
Hmm.
Yeah. So remember to start with a new habit that does not seem overwhelming. Then start to build on that time over time. Like step by step. Yeah.
Hmm.
These small habits can create huge changes. You have self control and power to do anything you put your mind into.
Yeah, and it's a new year. So we like to talk about the new year not just to press in like New Year's resolutions and all these goals and stuff, but to really um but to start building these habits during the new year so you can get that bigger goal in the future. And we're just starting a new year, so it's a great blank canvas for us to create those habits and really create change.
So, yeah, we just have gotten a question. Why are kids not mindful today?
So mindfulness, what in the past has been really huge, as everyone they kind of had to be mindful. There wasn't a constant overstimulation in with every teen didn't have their own like overstimulation machine to constantly make them not bored. So what they had to do is that they had to think about things in order to survive. Nowadays, you don't have to think about something to survive. Your parents go to the grocery store, they get all the stuff, you eat, and then you don't care about the world. You're kind of like in your room just scrolling. And what that leads to teens is that a lot of teens feel a lack of maybe they don't have real control because they're not really taking using their mind to think about other things. So I think really the overstimulation of phones and having everyone to do something else is like stopping a lot of teens from really needing to be mindful. But I think mindfulness is so important because decisions, like this title is navigate your decisions with mindfulness, ultimately come from being mindful. The reason why we were able to be here and the reason why we were able to be writing this book is because we were mindful. We saw what was going around and we decided to change it. And if this doesn't change right now, teens in the future, when they become adults, we're not going to have a more mindful future where people are actually creating change. So we need to start creating change now.
Yeah, that was great. Yeah. So mold what you mindset. Like believe in yourself. Change your perspective on how you see yourself. Why do you want to do this today? Create your goals around that desire. Your perspective can be either your pain or your power. Gratitude can turn pain into power. Remember, everything we have talked about in these Monday lives are all talking about one step at a time, one day at a time. Enjoy the journey and have fun. It looks like we have gotten another question. Yeah. So, what is your morning routine?
All right, so our morning routine definitely starts right when we wake up. Especially for me, my morning routine is when we wake up for our first prayer. I wake up and I do the prayer, and then usually I then go to sleep after because it is really early sometimes. But in school days, I don't really go to sleep. I go downstairs and I have some food and I go outside, get a glass of water, and then say 10 things I'm grateful for while I'm getting that. early morning sunshine, even though when I wake up sometimes, especially in the winter lately, it's really cold and yeah, there's no sunshine in the morning. So, but I still like to get that good drink of water, say 10 things I'm grateful for, really think about um all these maybe prayers to myself so I can start the day really well. And when it comes to eating like my diet in the morning, the breakfast is really important, but it's not important in the way that you need to eat cereals, especially for a lot of teens. We can eat like there's like so much things. It's not just cereal, pancakes and stuff. You can have um eggs. We usually have like kebabs, which are like kind of like ground beef that's like um
Stuff.
cooked and stuff, and it's like has like
No,
spices
that's
and
wrong.
stuff.
I'm joking.
No.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, it's really tasty for the morning, and there's like lots of things like chicken, like these proteins that will give you energy. A lot of times I don't have so much time in the morning, so I just like to get a bar, like, and it's really, really delicious because it has lots of fats, lots of proteins, and lots of carbs for to keep me throughout the day. So my early lunch at school, I can have more of the a more replenishing,
Mhm.
nourishing
Yes,
meal.
like what we, the holistic kids, navigate decision with mindfulness.
We also I take the dishes out
Oh yeah,
and
of
then
course.
um
Yeah, like we work hard not to be like mindful. Like we work hard to be mindful teens. It's not easy, but we make it a priority. We do chores. We have a list of responsibilities, and we do them. Like Gotham said, he does. He does the dishes and take them out of the dishwasher. I put them up. Zan puts them in the dishwasher and does the lunches. Abdul takes all the trash. We all make our beds. All these chores that we do every day need to be done before we leave school, which leaves the rest of the day to do what we want. We wake up with gratitude and we're independent as teens can be with we iron our clothes and we have a podcast and now this book.
Yes.
yeah,
So
like Zan was talking habit stacking.
yeah. So yeah, and that's what I was talking. I mentioned a little about habit stacking, like when in my morning routine, but yeah. So yeah, along with the ones we told you above, when we pray, we also breathe, meditate, and practice mindfulness. We create goals and work toward them by habits, and we are making every decision with mindfulness.
Yeah, it looks like we have another question. It says, yeah, what happens if you don't feel and if you get frustrated? Like, how are you mindful of your emotions? Honestly, when we get frustrated, we like to we want like to take care of our emotions by thinking like if we're like, oh, I don't have this, and we start like having crash out or something. We like start thinking about what we do have. We take deep breaths to make us feel better, and really calm us into the gratitude and name things that we are grateful for instead of things that we don't like and we're frustrated with.
Mhm.
Yeah. So as you guys know, we do have a book, The Teen Health Revolution.
Mhm.
You can buy it now in Barnes Nobles, Amazon, and basically your local bookstore.
Yeah, we're getting it to different local bookstores, like all around, specifically the country now. I think it's coming out in Germany soon, so that's really cool.
So it's
Um, yeah,
Yep,
it's
we're getting there
we're getting
around the
there.
world. Okay. Yeah, so we split our book into three sections. One, the part one, like that we need this book because if you look at the statistics, teens really do need it. Yeah, the second part is because we go over the revolution. R, like with R, revolution as the gut, eat well food, V, vanquish toxins, which we've been doing and talking about in this Monday Live series. We've also, the third part is talking about 20 chronic conditions that you can be healed by using the holistic medical approach. We got our mom's help with that. Yeah.
Mhm. So yeah, that's why it does say with Madiha Said because she was the medical part, especially at the end. And also stay tuned because this coming week we are gonna be in LA doing a
A speech.
podcast and like a
Something.
speech, something like
Okay. Yeah. So thank you guys.
Thank you so much for your questions,
For tuning in.
and
Until
thank you everyone
next
for
time.
tuning in.
Until next
Yeah.
Well, join us. Yeah. So
So join us next week for another episode, for another Monday Live.
yes.
All right. So bye.
Bye.
If
We might have one.
Bye.